Thank you all for joining the Top Gun Collector channel. My name is Al, and today I bring you all another statue collection tour, but this one is provided by one of our statue community members, Nathan Chaffman. And without further ado, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Nathan.
Hey everybody, this is Nathan back with another room tour video for 2023. It's been a while, so this is going to be part one of a two-part series. I want to say thank you to Al from Top Gun Collector. Thanks for hosting the video and all that you do for the community. So a bit about myself. I'm from Western Washington in the Tacoma area, but originally from Tampa Bay, Florida. I have been collecting probably since the early 2000s and started off with things like Star Wars Force Unleashed, NECA, Movie Maniacs, McFarlane Collectibles, and the like. Eventually I graduated to Hot Toys in the early 10s and managed to fill quite a few details with those. But sprinkled in there were a few statues from Sideshow Collectibles. And eventually, in early 2020, I decided to make the complete swap to statues, and now only a few Hot Toys remain. My collection today focuses mainly on the Tim Burton movie franchise, the 66 franchise, XM Samurai series, movie pieces, a few random DC characters, some art pieces, and maybe a few other surprises. So, without further ado, let's go check it out. Enjoy the show. Alright, well let's start on this side. In the very back, I have all of the art prints that were included with the Samurai series. They've all been framed. This spot's just temporary. They need to find a new home, but I'm kind of out of space. They'll probably go back in the box, but for now they're on that wall and I can still appreciate them. Got a couple others back here that were purchased from Bottleneck a couple years ago that may or may not stay in the collection. It's another from Bottleneck, Batman Year One. And then on the far wall we have a print commemorating the 30th anniversary of The Dark Knight Returns. And this one happens to be signed by Miller, Jansen, and Azzarello. See, from left to right, over here we have a life-size bust of Jack Nicholson portraying the Joker from 1989's Batman. Alongside him is a quarter-scale Jack Nicholson. Both of these are custom. This life-size bust came all the way from the other side of the world, and to this date remains my highest shipping costs I've paid to date at $840. The quarter scale Nicholson is objectively the best quarter scale Nicholson because it's the only quarter scale Nicholson.
A lot of swap outs with this one. Very well sculpted and painted. A couple of the face sculpts are a little bit lacking, and you lose a lot of detail with the white makeup on his face. But overall, really good statue. Moving right, we have this duo here from Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. We have Heath Ledger as Joker in 1/3 scale and sculpted hair. Next to him we have Christian Bale's Batman, 1/3 scale with sculpted hair. I purchased both of these new. I had them both pre-ordered, in fact, and have the extended base as well. Joker's base and the extended base are put away right now as they don't quite fit with the display. I kind of like Joker just haphazardly sitting on the bench next to Batman. Both are really, really, really well done, and in my opinion, this Ledger is one of the most accurate sculpts out there, subjectively, of course. And the same goes for Christian Bale. Great paint sculpt on this from Queen Studios. In the middle here we have, I believe, a 1/12 scale Batwing. And this piece is quite old. It's made from a company called Toynami and came out about 2012. They made 500 of these, and they also made a 1/8 scale Batmobile. It's a very simple construction. It's got a solid steel base. It does mount on the wall, and it does have light up features. It plugs into the wall via an included adapter, but right now it's displayed with no lights. The alternative is the 1/6 from Jazz Inc., but as you all know, it's quite a space hog, and I did not want to give up that much space in my collection. This is much easier to display, and in my opinion is enough to portray the Batwing. Moving further right, we have Tweeterhead's Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman. This was made in conjunction with Sideshow, and this actually replaced Sideshow's OG Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman that I picked up back in, I think, 2015 and sold soon after I got this. Now, there are objectively some better face sculpts in some of the newer pieces coming out, but this one I think is really well done, especially for the price point. And I really liked the fact that she's laying down. It gives me more display options and is different than what's around the rest of the collection. Moving right, we have Sideshow's Batman, portrayed by Michael Keaton. This is my first quarter scale statue. I bought this back in 2015 as well, I think. I've had it ever since. Cape is finally starting to flake, but you can't really see it right now. Wonderful piece. I don't think I would sell this. There's some custom options out there, but I'm still really happy with this. Next to him is a life-size bust of Michael Keaton as Batman. This actually has a swap out front face sculpt for a more neutral expression. This came from the same studio that made the life-size Joker bust at the end of the shelf. And I also have their Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman on order and should hopefully get it soon. Alright, moving down here to the left case. Across the top, we have Nothing But Alex Ross covers. It's one of my all-time favorites. We have Detective Comics 1000, a couple 125s, and a few 135s. Moving down, we have the Lego Batmobile. And then we have a bunch of Batmobiles depicting different film and television shows. We have a Hot Wheels Elite Batmobile from '89, And then the rest of these are made by a company called Eagle Moss. It's their Automobilista line. We have Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, The Tumbler from Christopher Nolan's trilogy. We have the animated series, Arkham Asylum video game, and last but not least, the Bat Tank from The Dark Knight Returns. Moving down, we have the 1/6 scale Batmobile from Hot Toys, as well as the '89 Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson Joker, also from Hot Toys. Those were my first two Hot Toys I ever purchased. I got those and the Batmobile way back in 2013 when I was stationed in Tokyo. I don't think I could ever part with these. I sold off all my Hot Toys except for these and a couple in the other case. Really, really well done. Really popular, enough so that they've reproduced them and should be up for pre-order again. Alright, moving to the right. This is my classic shelf, as I like to call it. Starting up here, we have some classic issues. Mostly Neil Adams covers. And to the right, we have a Brian Boland cover, story by Alan Moore, Killing Joke. And then we have Batman number 428, covered by Mike Mignola, depicting Jason Todd's demise, as voted for by fans. This was a Jim Starlin story on that one. Inside the case, we have more cars from the Automobilista line, made by Eagle Moss, with Batcopter from Hallmark, actually. On the left there is a Hot Wheels Elite 66 Batmobile. Some various Batmobiles from Detective Comics and Batman over the years. And then the Batcycle, Copter, and Batboat from the movie/series. Moving down, we have Adam West as Batman in quarter scale, made by Sideshow Collectibles. Behind him, we have a fairly new acquisition, which is a Rat Fink sign with a 66 Batmobile in the front. Down here we have a couple of reproduction Migos. Shout out to Shane for those. And then down here we have Jazz Inc.'s 1966 Batmobile. I waited the better part of 3 years for this, but when it came I was absolutely stunned. Really, really well done from Jazz Inc. Inside we have Batman and Robin, made by Hot Toys. And I was lucky enough to get both actors to sign the boxes at a comic convention in Dallas years ago. In the corner is a custom Cesar Romero Joker. On the far wall, we have a couple quarter scale statues from Weta Studios out of New Zealand. On the left we have Ben Affleck's Batman from Justice League in nightmare form. On the right we have Jared Leto as Joker from Justice League as well. Also from the nightmare scene. The bases are highly detailed in this and do a great job of depicting this barren wasteland. They're both in museum style at the bottom, with the appearance of chipped obsidian. So much detail on the base on these. Really impressive work. The Batman went up for order right around the same time as a couple other options from Iron Studios and Queen Studios. I really like the original sculpt on the Queen Studios piece. Then they changed it. I want to go in with the Weta, and I'm really happy with it. Apparently this had the cape break on a lot of people in shipment. Thankfully it didn't happen to this one. The Joker came at a big discount from fanatics.com actually. Got him for half price. Great deal. Alright, moving to this far wall at the top, we have my Dark Knight Returns 3 Master Race cover collection. As you all know, I center a lot of my collection around the Dark Knight Returns. It's what got me into comics and Batman in the first place. And I've always come to appreciate the dark, gritty look that Frank Miller gave Batman in the original run. And I think all these cover artists have done a great job of capturing that. We have a couple from Delato and a Jim Lee in between them. We have a Bill Sikowitz, Simon Bisley, Miller, Brian Bolin, and Jacques. Up here is the newest shelf addition to my collection. I built this earlier this year, and it contains a good amount of my Dark Knight Returns collection, as you can see, and a couple that don't quite fit. But starting on the left here, we have an Alex Ross cover. In front of that is an Alex Ross Batman made by Custom Studio. This was custom painted for me. It was bought as a kit. We have XM Studios Batman Who Laughs. Still the best one, Terry. Next to that, we have Prime 1 Studios 1/3 scale Dark Knight Returns bust. Picked this up on sale a couple of years ago. And on him, we have a custom sculpt by a Brazilian sculptor by the name of Thiago Proven. Excellent artist. We have XM Studios 1/6 scale Dark Knight Returns. Iron Studios 1/6 scale Dark Knight Returns, Standing Over a Mutant Leader. And then we have Sideshow Collectibles 1/4 scale Batman from the Dark Knight Returns. Absolutely love that piece. So different, so unique. They really stepped up their game in a lot of areas with this statue. I was really impressed by it. All right, let's take one more pan of this wall here. A couple details I didn't mention earlier. The shelf up top here is something that I made. I got some heavy duty brackets from Amazon. They're all bolted into the studs and can support quite a bit of weight. The shelf itself is 20 inches deep and is covered with some black fabric to keep the statues from sticking to the top. Thank you everyone for watching. Once again, part 2 will be coming soon. I really appreciate you watching and supporting Top Gun Collector. Until next time, cheers.
Big shout out to Nathan for providing this content for the TGC channel. Now, as you may have seen on the thumbnail or you heard in Nathan's introduction, this is a part 1 out of a part 2 series, so just make sure to stick around. Part 2 will be available in early 2024. Now, drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite piece was from Nathan's collection. And, before I end this video, just kind of wanted to thank all of you who have been supporting the channel throughout 2023. And just wanted to wish you all a great Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year. And for those of you who are watching but are not subscribed, just make sure to subscribe and drop a comment down below so you can be eligible for one of the TGC statue giveaways. Details are in the description below. Again, just wanted to thank you all for joining me today, and I hope to catch you all next time.